Hello everyone, welcome to my new video in Tableau series. In this series, my plan is to create multiple videos that gradually build a comprehensive guide on how to work with Tableau as a data scientist. I'll cover all the essential topics you need to know to work with Tableau. This course is completely free, so you can learn at your own pace. But I highly recommend to watch all the videos in order because they can be connected to each other. Let's get started. Alright, so in this video, I'll talk about how we can install Tableau for free, how we can connect or import different data in Tableau, how to navigate data source page in Tableau, and also how we can do data preparation or data cleaning in Tableau, such as pivoting or splitting a column or doing any sort of basic cleaning. So I'll cover all of these topics in this video. So I'll show you how to install Tableau on your computer. You have two different options. The first one is using Tableau Desktop, is trial version. And the second option is using Tableau Public. The trial version gives you only 48 hours, so I don't really recommend it for long-term learning. But instead, I highly recommend using Tableau Public because it's free. You can use it for forever, and you have access to all majority of the features in Tableau. So let's show you how you can have access to the Tableau Public. So in order to do that, you need to go to the public.tableau.com/app/discover. Once you get to this page, you need to go to this section. It says create, and under create you can see it says download Tableau Desktop Public Edition. So once you click on that, you'll get to this page, which you can see this icon here. It says download Tableau Public. You need to click on that, and you'll get to this page that it asks you to enter your name, your email address, and your country. And once you've completed this short form, you'll be able to download it on your desktop. Since I have it, so I'm not going to fill all the information here, but you can easily fill it and download it on your desktop. You can like download the appropriate version based on your operating system. If you have Mac or other operating system, you can easily have access to it and download it, so there's no problem at all. And just follow the installation instructions in order to be able to download the Tableau, the Tableau Public one. So again, I highly recommend them to use the free version, the Tableau Public one. But the other thing that I want to mention here is that there are some few restrictions if you go with Tableau Public. Obviously, it's free; it has some limitation, but it's not something that would affect your learning or working journey. So one of the restrictions that I found is that let's say you have created a dashboard in Tableau and you want to save it on your computer. The thing is, you cannot do that if you use Tableau Public. But instead, what you can do is to save and share your dashboard or any types of visuals you have created in Tableau to Tableau Public server. So from there, you can store all of your work and like easily share it with your colleagues, your friends, or employers, and everyone by just sharing that link. So I'll quickly show you how you can do that. So once you've downloaded, you can create the Tableau public account. Since I've already created that account, when I go to this section icon here, it says my profile, right? When I click on my profile, I can so it actually takes me to the Tableau public server, which you can see all the dashboard that I've created, right? So here, since I have all of my work here, I can easily share that with different people by just copy and pasting this link here. So it's pretty easy. Still, you can save your work somewhere, but it's not on your desktop. So that's the only limitation or the main limitation that you will face if you go with the Tableau Public, but still, it's not something that it would affect your learning or working journey. And quickly, I want to show you how you can share your dashboard in Tableau to this link or to this Tableau public server. All right, so let's say I have a table here or any types of visualize or dashboard, doesn't matter. You have something that you want to save it and save it on your Tableau public server. In order to do that, you need to go to the server at the very top of the page, Tableau public, save to Tableau public. So once you click on that, it will automatically save this page, or if you have a dashboard, it will be saved on the Tableau public. So you can easily save your work, but the only difference is you cannot save it on your desktop, which again, it's not a big limitation. It just it won't affect your work. So again, I still highly recommend to use Tableau Public because it's free. You can easily have access to all the features, and it's all you need in order to learn Tableau. All right, so we're going to look at a massive dataset, and I'll show you how to connect to any dataset on your computer and import it into the Tableau. So I'll include the link to all the dataset that I'll be using in this video in the video description, so you'll be able to have access to all the dataset. So one of the dataset that I'll be using is this one. Let me bring it here. So it's called P1 underline amazing Mart EU2. So in this data set, we have a list of transactions from different stores around the world, and we have different types of columns and information. We have order ID, which is a unique identifier for different transactions that we have. We have order date, customer name, city, country, region, segment, ship date, and etc. There are 3 sheets for this dataset, as you can see. So the first sheet is a list of orders. The second one is order breakdown, which will gives us some more information about the different orders or transactions that we have. As you can see, we have the product name here, the category, the subcategory, the discount, sale, profit, quantity, and all of the information related to individual orders or transactions. And in last sheet we have months of order date, the category, and the target for each category here. So this is how it looks like. So the first thing is to be able to open this dataset or any type of dataset into Tableau, right? That's the first thing that we want to learn. And I want to quickly show you how you can do that. So once you have downloaded a Tableau, you'll be able to see this Tableau icon on the toolbar. Let's see if I can use my laser to just point out this icon here. So the Tableau icon is this one here that I am highlighting with the laser. So this is a Tableau. So once you click on it, you'll be able to open the Tableau, and you'll have this page here. And let's say you have your own data set on your desktop and you want to connect it and import it into the Tableau. So once you open it, once you open the Tableau, you'll see this page. So at the very left-hand side of this page, we can see the term connect. And under this term, we have different things. We have Tableau server, which allows us to connect to different server, but we need to have the address of the server in order to be able to connect. And also below that, so we have to a file. That means we can actually import different types of file. We can have import the Excel file, text file, JSON file, a PDF file, any different files by choosing one of these options here. And also it says to a server, we can connect and import data into Tableau by connecting via Microsoft SQL Server, different types of databases, and etc. So if you click on more, you can have more options. You can see the different options here, which is great. Like you can easily have access to different types of server, different types of file, and etc. So for our example, we had Excel file. So the only thing we need to do is to just click on the Excel file and look for the file that we had, which is this P1 Amazing Mart, and I click on open. And once I click on that, I'll get to this page, which is called data source. In data source page, what we can see here, it says connection. And under connection, we can see the name of the data set that we have imported into the Tableau, and also all the sheets here. We had three different sheets in this data set, so we have all of them. It says sheets, and under sheets, we have all of these three: list of orders, order breakdown, sales target. So we have everything here. So we actually can do other filtration or cleaning steps as well by clicking on this arrow here. So we can change the name of the column by clicking on the rename icon here. So now you'll be able to change it. And you can also hide the column. So when I click on hide, you can see that the first column is not showing here. If you go back, you'll be able to have that again. You'll have different options here. You can split the column or the information or the values. I'll be showing some of the main features here in later on, but I just wanted to quickly show what this area is, like what we can do with this section here. So we can easily have access to our data to quickly evaluate and double check that we have everything on place. We have the data types are correct. And if you wanted to do some minor changes, so we can easily do that on this area or on this page, which is called data source. All right, so the other thing that I want to mention here is about these two options you can see here. One it's called live and another one it's called extract. So I want to quickly explain what does these two actually means. So the live, it means that the data is always up to date as it queries a data source in real time. For example, if you want to apply any changes to the data set, let's say you have an Excel file, and you want to change specific values and a specific column on that file, right? So you open the Excel file, you do the changes, and then if you already select this live connection here on Tableau, so what happens is that all the changes that you have applied on your file, that will be reflected in Tableau as soon as you refresh the Tableau workbook. So as soon as you actually click on this refresh button here, so you'll get all the changes updated in Tableau without need of uploading and importing the new data set here in order to get the new version of the data set. But on the other hand, if you click on extract, that means you actually create an extract of a data in Tableau. It's like a snapshot of data. So if you make changes to the original data set, you won't see those changes in Tableau unless you refresh the extract in Tableau to get a new snapshot of the data. So that's the main difference between these two. And both options have their own pros and cons. Like if you use live, so the main disadvantage that I can mention here is that it can be slower, especially if you're dealing with a very large volume of data set or a very large data set. And it requires because it requires constant access to the data source. So that's why it's slower. But on the other hand, if you use extract options, so it will be much faster, and it also allows you to work offline, and it basically reduces the query load as well. So it really depends about like what you actually need exactly. But for this sake of example, I click on live. And the other thing that I want to mention here is this option here. It's called add, which is beside the connection area. So so I want to explain what this add actually do, and also when we actually need to use it. So this method is very useful. So as you can guess, so when we click on add, what it does is we can add additional connection to this first data set that we have imported. Let's say you have additional data file. Let's say that data file is in Excel file, right? I click on Excel file here. I choose what I want to connect and click on open. So once I do that, what I did, I actually add another dataset and add it under the connection area. And this is especially useful when you have another dataset which are somehow related to your initial connection or initial dataset that you've imported into the Tableau, and you want to join them, or you want to use union to combine them. So that's when you actually do that. And if you go to the sheet 1, you can see that you still have one data source. It's called list of orders multiple connection, because we have more than one file, and which makes sense. Again, the use of this section here is when you have additional data files that are somehow connected. You want to make some sort of join and some sort of connection in order to use it in your visual, like in the future visuals, or whenever you want to create visuals, you want to use those information there. But there are some cases that you just want to add another data source. So in that case, you need to go to the data section here and click on new data source and add any types of file or in order to have a new data source. Let's say I want to choose the same file and to be added as a new data source. And if I do that, it's loading. And if I do that, so you can see that everything is changed. The connection actually is changed to Global Superstore. And if I go to the sheet 1, now I can see I have more than one data source, which makes sense because we have added one additional data source here. And if you want to switch between them, you just need to click on them. So if I select on a list of orders, multiple connection, data source. So in the data source page, I'll only see all the sheets and all the data files that are related to that data source. And if I choose another one, which is a global superstore, in this case, I'll get back to all the connections or data files that I have under that specific data source. So I just wanted to make this clear because there are different types of options that we have here. All right, now I want to show you how you can do data cleaning, data preparation in Tableau. So there is a feature in Tableau, it's called Data Interpreter, which helps you to automatically clean data. So obviously, the work of data scientists involves spending at least 70% of the time preparing data, cleaning it, and get rid of all the noises, right? So I want to show you how we can do this in Tableau. For that, I need to first explain about this unclean dataset that we have. It's called US income data, and as you can see, we have headers, which is not common. Normally, we don't have headers in our dataset that we want to do some analysis. So we have headers, we have a row of missing values, as you can see here. We have years, which are represented as a metric, which is, again, this is another right way of representing data if you want to do some analysis. So let's say we want to use Tableau in order to clean all of this mess up. In order to do that, you need to first connect to this Excel file. I'll add the link of this dataset in the description box. So when you get to this phase, so now we have this dataset, and under this section it says Sheets. We have this thing, it says Use Data Interpreter. So if we click this, it would automatically clean this dataset for us. And you can review the result here by just clicking on that. And if you do that, it would pop up this Excel file and it would show you how Tableau actually do all of these cleaning steps. So the first should just summarize all the, like, it gives you some introduction about how Tableau's do this cleaning phase. And here we can see that the first row is detected as header, and then the rest of the data it's detected as a data, even those rows that we don't have anything in it. So what it does is, like, these missing rows, Tableau actually identify these as a data, and because they are completely empty, so the Tableau would automatically remove it and eventually clean it. So if we go back to the Tableau and bring this sheet to the center here. So now we can see that, so we have the countries, we have all the years here, and as you can see, we don't have any missing rows here. So it's all removed. And you can see that we have only 79 rows, but in the original data set, we have about 86 rows. So we can now confirm that our data is clean, and all the headers has been removed. So basically, you can use this data interpreter to just save some time, but always make sure you review your data, because the data interpreter does it best, but in some cases you still need to make some changes manually. So this is what I wanted to talk about. And the other problem that I can see in this data set is about these years that are represented as a metric. So we need to change that as well. So in order to do that, you need to pivot it, right? You need to basically, what we need to have is one column as a countries, another as a year, and the last one is the income column, right? So in order to do that, you can do it by pivoting all of these column and selecting the pivot here. And now you have, instead of having it as a metric, now you have it here. So in different rows, you have different years, and beside each of these years, you have the related the income, right? So that's a way that you need to arrange data. Obviously, you need to change the name here, so we need to change it to the year. This should be income column, and now we have we have all we need. And one more thing that I need to explain here is sometimes, let me first bring the second sheet in this data set, which is this one. I just created one column, it's called customer name, and we have 2 rows here, right, which is a name of 2 persons. So in some scenarios, you need to split one column into multiple columns or in separate column. And for this example, the goal here, let's say our goal here is to have 2 separate columns, one that only captures the first name, and then the second column just capture the last name. So to do that, you need to go to this arrow here and click on split. So if you click on that, it would automatically create these 2 separate columns, which includes the first name and then the last name. And what it does is Tableau separate the 2 words by a space. So this is what is predefined in Tableau. But if you want to, like in some cases it's more complicated, you have different types of separator. So in that case, you need to choose custom split. And if you do that, you can use different separator here, comma, space, anything that it works for you. So you can do it. And so that's how you can splitting a column into multiple columns. So we talked about the splitting, how to split column, how to do pivot, how to clean data automatically. So these are all about data preparation and data cleaning steps in Tableau. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions or you have any idea about this video, and subscribe if you found this video useful. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.